Okay, another sequence that we're going to use here to, like, again, we've talked about kind of like baiting or reacting. Sequence we're going to use is when somebody gets a same side collar grip. So if I was a little bit late at trying to get a grip here and somebody managed to get a grip on my collar, yeah, this is fairly common. As long as I understand what we talked about earlier, the range and the exposure of someone's elbow. If I stay put, one of the things Stephan's likely to do here is knee cut me. He'll just be stepping forward, driving through to here. If he wins this grip, yeah, everything's over. I lost the opportunity. But if I understand range and reach, when he gets to here, if I immediately start pulling back and blocking his foot, I've extended his arm. And we can take our back arm and internally rotate our partner's elbow somewhat. Right? So I'm creating a frame with my right foot. I'm creating extended range, so I'm creating more of a lever with his right arm, and I'm internally rotating, and I'm just gonna pull back. And I've won the grip. I've got the 2-on-1. How I choose to exploit this doesn't really matter. Again, it's up to you. You can go to a cross grip, start attacking different, like I can pull you right down, get you into a back attack situation, force you to your knees. If I want to play butterfly guard, again, we're trying to give you resources that open doors. We're not trying to tell you what you should put in the room that the door opened to, but your skill level will determine this.
So in terms of actually rotating this arm, I think it might be hard for people to see.
Yeah.
My arm is going from here, thumb up,
to thumb down, exactly.
Thumb down, or again, thumb horizontal.
Yeah, the internal rotation thing that's going on here is I'm turning your, I'm basically doing an arm drag.
So you're essentially hitting my elbow up.
I'm pushing, and I can be taking a sleeve grip, like a cuff grip at the same time, but I can simply be pushing as I turn this way, and now I'm just extending away. And I'm blocking you. Obviously, you can't come forward now unless you want to fall down, right? So that allows me to break the grip rather than sit here and like, okay, he got a grip. Now I'm going to try to grip break, and maybe I do, maybe I don't. But here, I'm just immediately using that concept of range, using good frames, accessing a lever. And then what I do with this, again, if you fix your posture quickly and get back, there we go, I've got a guard that I wanted to play, and I've got that initial sleeve grip that we've been trying to get so far with different methods earlier on in the section. And it allows me to continue whatever form of guard assault I want to try to launch.
We've covered it before, but as soon as my grip went from, my hand went from here to there, the grip really does weaken significantly. Significantly.
If I were to try to do this without the internal rotation, if I was just, if you go to that standing position here, if I just tried to go like this, this does not work. But as soon as I internally rotate that shoulder, I've made my, and again, you can see I've gotten to my preferred grip, I've rotated it, my knuckles are against the back of your hand. If you try to turn and re-grip me, it'll be very difficult. Eventually you'll get there. If somebody's a little bit bigger and stronger, and especially if they're standing and I'm down, they've got the advantage of gravity and mobility, and they will be able to eventually break my grip. But I'm not gonna, sit there and play that. I'll move to a guard. So yeah.
What about this? Does the same approach work kneeling? Like, so people will often just go
it does, but not as well, because I'm not able to create the same kind of like, there's not the same level change type difference. There's not enough of a height difference. So for me to come in here and like internally rotate your shoulder is very difficult.
It's a little bit easier for me to remain.
Exactly. If you were to make a mistake and reach for me here, then absolutely I could do this, and I'd have to put my foot on your hip to do it. But it's not nearly as likely to work just because, again, from a standing position, when you reach down, your elbow's more exposed. From a kneeling position, you can reach forward and not expose your elbow very much. So in this situation, if someone were to do this, I would more just be looking to put my foot on your hip and just extend backwards and do like more of the classic pushing up sort of grip break and just go from there.